Here are 5 words every RV enthusiast should know: advocacy, community, education, resources, rewards. That's what the RV Advisor was built on, along with protecting your rights. Visit thervadvisor.com.
Little birdie told me I'd need RV advice.
Get information straight from the horse's mouth.
Little birdie told me I'd need RV advice.
It's Just Ask GiGi with GiGi Stetler and Tom Alexander. Now here's GiGi and Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Just Ask GiGi. My name is Tom Alexander. Of course, there she is, the star of the show. Hey, GiGi Stetler. How are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. And I know we got a lot to chat about today and literally share with our viewers. So you and I were talking offline, and you'd mentioned to me about the RV share and all the things that happening with that and units that people can. I'm going to let you take it away.
So it's a great concept, the peer-to-peer, like the Airbnb, that everyone's renting out their RVs for extra income, making payments. Some of them have turned it into a business, and it's great. There's some things that you guys really need to consider when you're thinking about doing that. And like with RV Share, Outdoorsy, all of the companies are relatively about the same. But what's happening is, these RVs are taking a beating. And, at my personal dealership, we're selling a lot of RVs, and these people are they don't tell us up front that they're renting them, but they're coming back, every other week with damage, with issues and stuff. So I finally have to, twist their arm to find out why this is happening, and then they finally admit that they're renting it. So there are a couple, there's many things of what happens when when a user, when a renter is renting your vehicle, they're usually not very, they don't know very much about about the RV and the mechanics of it and how to fix things and stuff like that. So they're just, I call it abuse, but they just break things because, like, for instance, they don't even know how to open the drawers. They don't know that they have to be lifted and pulled out like that. So it doesn't work. Oh, and then so it's just like stupid things, where the new steps that are on these RVs now that have they have little feet on them, the ones that fold out of the door.
Right.
And so what's happening is the renters don't know that if you don't have the front door completely open to where it could pass freely, they're forcing it out and they're bending the door frame. They're bending the feet on. They're not putting the feet down on the bottom of the steps. Just a lot of user error, a lot of stuff that's going on. We have a very unique, our advisor has a very unique program, commercial roadside assistance. And I highly suggest, and I'm not just self-promoting, if you can find it somewhere else, it's fine, but I highly suggest that you have roadside assistance, commercial roadside assistance. You cannot buy individual because you'd have to be there with your your membership card. So so this commercial roadside assistance basically has tech support. So if someone doesn't know how to work something, there's 24/7 tech support. And, it would really save you, a lot of hassles of being on the road. The other thing that's happens is, a lot of renters, they just pull in here with no appointment, and it's like, my air conditioner doesn't work, and they're a renter. And unfortunately, the person who owns the vehicle, it's not their responsibility. If it doesn't work, if the AC doesn't work, they're not really obligated to fix it because, until it comes back. And the only, if you look at the fine print in your contract, the only thing that the rental owner is responsible for is the drivability. If the RV shuts down and fails on the road, and you would only get a refund on the days that it's actually down. So if it ruins your entire vacation and all of that, you're only getting a refund on the day that it was actually down in the shop. So, and then where it comes to my next point, we also have commercial extended warranty. That is huge. So when your renter is out and about and that AC, if they pulled in here, and their air conditioner didn't work, number one, it pays for emergency service, the commercial roadside, commercial extended warranty, it pays for emergency. So any shop, and the shops get paid, they get paid very well from these warranty companies. So they will be able to, that customer would have left with a fixed air conditioner, or at least,
Right.
so what that does is, yes, maybe that, doesn't affect your pocketbook, but, if you leave a customer without any air conditioner, or without any hot water, or without, you're gonna get some bad reviews, and a couple of bad reviews, RV Share Outdoorsy, they take you off,
Yeah.
so,
Right.
yeah, so.
It's like anything. You get a bad Uber rating or a bad Yelp rating or anything like that,
Mhm.
it can be quite damaging. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, just keep that in mind if you are, I think the concept is great. I love it. And even if it is your full-time business, you're not gonna, you don't have the network to be able to, when your renter is traveling, you're not gonna have the network to go, hundreds of miles away to go and do a repair. So those insurance policies, but also if, just offering your renter, when they book with you, why are you better than the next guy, is we have commercial roadside assistance. So the difference is RV Share, Outdoorsy, they all offer roadside assistance, but that roadside assistance is if you need a jump start, change a tire, but you still have to pay for the service. All they do is dispatch somebody to come out to you.
Hmm.
You still have to pay for the service. So then
Right.
you end up fighting with the rental owner of who's gonna pay for, the change of the tire and stuff like that. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
having that, in your, why should you rent from me, your, whatever you call it, your bio or whatever, putting that in there, that we have roads, commercial roadside assistance, and you could also offer your renters a membership, and we do package deals for rental companies that are renting more than one vehicle, where you could, give, your renters will have a membership for the time that they're renting. So if they need support, we're there to help them,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's something.
Excellent. Yeah. So there you go. Some real valuable information, and really a very cool service provided, here, with the RV Share and the like. Hey, Gigi, when we come back, we've got a couple of cool questions we want to ask you, from let's see, Armando and Candace have questions, so we'll do that on the other side. This is Just Ask Gigi. She's Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. Stay tuned, back in just a moment.
The rights of the RV enthusiast are important. That's why the RV Advisor has built a nationwide network of RV owners, empowering you with advice you can trust. Visit thervadvisor.com.
We're back on Just Ask Gigi, along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander, and Gigi, I got a couple of cool questions here. Always fun to answer these, because you never know where they come from, and who's who's listening, who's watching. It's always great. So we've got Armando writes, do you find more can go wrong with newer units with every gadget imaginable on board? There you go. Sounds like Armando maybe has a little bit of a budget, and he's thinking about getting one of these, but all these computerized things, does that mean more headaches for the user?
Well, interesting. I mean, he did say Ford, so I guess he's talking about mechanically, engine wise. I think that, other than the little bit of a chip problem that they've been having, I think the newer vehicles, engine wise, I think are good. I mean, you can't beat an older one, old one like back in 2008, 9, 10, 11. You can't beat those. I mean, but the new ones now, because remember, on engine wise, everything is controlled by computer. So when you have an issue, they hook up the scanner, and they're able to read every issue. And the other thing is that the engine part is subject to lemon law. So a new one, not a used one. So something new that's under the manufacturer warranty. So if you're talking engine, now the RV itself is a whole other story. Yes, the newer RVs right now, they're put together with glue. They're getting them out as fast as they can, and they can't keep up, with the production demand. So what's happening is that, they're getting to the dealership. The dealerships are selling more than they've ever had in their life. The dealers aren't even prepping them properly. So they're sending the customers down the road, and the hot water heater lines weren't even hooked up yet, from the factory. So those kind of things. So if you had a used one, obviously all of that has been cured, and fixed. So it's kind of a toss up. So what I recommend, if you're going to go with new, when you do your walkthrough, before you fork over all your money, when you do your walkthrough, you test every bit of the system, everything, the plumbing, you turn on every faucet, the shower, you turn on the hot water, you let the whole cycle of the hot water go, because, sometimes the hot water only is heating, a gallon, and it doesn't cycle all the way through. So you want to, test it and run all the systems, light the oven, make sure the heat, the temperature and the knobs work, like all the burners on the stove. The toilet, flush the toilet multiple times. Sometimes the dealers won't hook up water when you're doing a walkthrough. Make them hook up water. Make them hook up the water to it, so that you can test everything, turn everything on, and then check everywhere, under the sink, under the cabinets, under the traps, to make sure that there's no fittings loose.
Yeah.
Because I've seen more campers flooded when they hook up the first day, to water. And because they're only hand tightened, like barely tightened, when they leave the factory, and they've never put any pressure. So those are the, so those are the, yes, new is great. Just go through it when you're doing your walkthrough to make sure that everything is working. You do have a good remedy on a new Ford, because like I said, the engine itself is subject to lemon law, not the coach, but the engine. So and like I said, it's very sophisticated now, the scanner. So, but like I said, there's nothing wrong with used, as long as you can get an extended warranty as well. Don't buy any motorhome without a warranty.
They're excellent advice. Thank you, Armando, for that question. We have another question here. This one's from Candace, and sounds like Candace is a first timer and by herself, and says, what would you suggest as good areas to start for a newbie RV driver like me? I have a 28-foot unit. So where can she practice?
All the shopping centers, like, well, Walmart right now, you can't go in any of those because they're totally crowded.
Yeah.
But if you go after hours, like Publix, public shopping centers, or I don't know, supermarket, big stores that close.
Well, I don't know if she doesn't say if she's in South Florida or Florida, or whatever, Publix.
Big supermarkets, any stores.
Supermarket.
Yeah, or even a mall that closes, and go drive through those big parking lots, those big shopping centers, and and they're striped. So practice, parking and driving through the lines, practice backing up. You got plenty of room. That is, when we used to do some driving classes, that's what we would do. We would go, to the big, even the back of the shopping centers where they have the deliveries. As long as they don't say do not enter, where they have deliveries in those big trucks, that's a perfect place to practice, because there's traffic. So you got to figure out how to maneuver in between the big tractor trailers, so.
Right, a little obstacle course going on.
It is. So I would definitely do that,
Yeah.
just get your feet wet.
Excellent. Great idea. That's a great question. We've never had that question before. Thank you, Candace. Thank you, Armando. If you have a question for GiGi on Just Ask GiGi, very simple. Just write us at info@thervadvisor.com. That's info@thervadvisor.com. Just put in the subject line JAG or Just Ask GiGi and ask your question. We'll make sure to get it answered right here on the show. When we come back, we've got some interesting news. We'll do the countdown. Tick, 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 tick tock. We'll tell you about that on the other side. This is Just Ask GiGi. Back in just a moment.
Here are 5 words every RV enthusiast should know: advocacy, community, education, resources, rewards. That's what the RV Advisor was built on, along with protecting your rights. Visit thervadvisor.com.
Wrapping things up now on Just Ask GiGi, along with GiGi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander, and GiGi, few announcements. Holidays here, big event. Take it away.
Our, I guess you could call it our official ribbon cutting grand opening. Planet RV is this Saturday, and we've turned it into our yearly holiday party that we've had for forever, which is normally done at my house for the staff, thanking the staff, and we've had this party for past 20 something years. And except for last year with COVID, so we're all like, everybody's itching to celebrate. So anyway, this year, we're actually, the party is for the benefit of RVACA, RVs for Needs for Kentucky. So we've decided to sell tickets. We sold tickets for the event this year, except for except for our staff, because it's their party, but outside guests bought tickets. So and originally we were just going to put it in the foundation where they can choose like RV for autism or cancer or whatever. But we put to the top of the list our RV for Kentucky. We've had, they're so still devastated that they don't even, there's no, that like they don't even know where to start. But we've had requests. We're sending a couple out there, which actually the requests are more like search and rescue. So I've got friends that are in the pet rescue business, so they're heading out with they're making plans, but they haven't got permission to actually get there yet. So but I have RVs lined up for them to take to rescue some of the pets that it's just the saddest thing ever. But dogs flying through the air, animals flying through the air. They're 150 feet away, miles away, like lost. So just lost.
It was a horrible, just a devastating event.
It's not
there.
over. And it's not over. Apparently hit Minnesota, I think, or somewhere else last night. So Mother Nature.
We're seeing, and this is and this is so unusual for this time of the year in that part of the country.
Mother Nature is furious right now.
It is. You wouldn't know it here in South Florida because it's been absolutely beautiful.
Better find some wood to knock on.
Yeah, that's for sure. Knock wood. But we also have some other news, which is a little more cheery, and that is that we are we're going to really be expanding our social media presence in 2022. Very excited about that. We have a new team member who I got to meet for the first time yesterday.
Yay,
and seems like a great guy, and he's got some wonderful expertise to lend. And we're going to be doing TikTok, and we're all kinds of stuff that old guys like me have to learn from the young guys like him.
The TikTok dance, so
Right, yeah. Well, I'll leave that part up. I'm going to leave that part up to you. No one wants to see me dance, I can tell you that much. I'll play the music, and then
I'll dance to your music.
There you go. So we're gonna be dropping little videos there and info, and the presence is going to become a lot more active and interactive, right?
Yay. Yay.
So there you go. So it's TikTok, and we'll be making that announcement very soon once all that's up and running, which will be really, really soon. We are just 2 weeks away from the new year, and wow, hard to believe.
I know, I can't even.
It's just
Not ready.
amazing. It's amazing. So next week we will have a repeat show, as we're going to be right on the cusp of Christmas.
Yeah.
So Gigi, I want to just say to you, thank you for another great year. Thanks for everything you do. We absolutely love you and the team, and it's just great being part of the RV Advisor. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you real soon.
I can't do any of this without all of you. So thank you, everyone, also, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff. And I will see you soon.
Take care, everybody.